Are you a fan of prison-related content? You ever wonder why some people come home from prison without a mark on their body and a positive outlook on life, while others end up coming home with scars all over their face and body, stab wounds everywhere, and plus on top of that, some booty pain? Do you have a loved one who's about to serve prison time and you're a little bit worried about them and you want to give them some ways to guarantee that they make it home to you safely? Then you need to watch this video, because I am giving you the top 8 commandments to survive any prison in America. And when I say any prison in America, I mean any prison in America. Now, outside of America, I don't know how to help you niggas. But in America, these 8 rules, these 8 commandments are guaranteed to keep you safe and guarantee that you make it home safely. And if you give your loved one these 8 commandments, I guarantee that you will be saving their life and they will definitely make it home in one piece. Now, you may be asking, bald man with a fly pink, very pink velour hoodie on, what makes you qualified to make this type of video? Well, for one, I'm a felon. 2, I'm a black felon. 3, I've been to prison. Ulster County Correctional Facility. I've been to Downstate Correctional Facility, and I've been to Green Correctional Facility, all 3 of which are in upstate New York. And no matter where I've been, these 8 commandments have always reigned true. And I followed these 8 commandments myself. You see how I came home? Still handsome. Still handsome. Not even bad acne. It's because I followed these 8 commandments. You want to watch this video all the way to the end. You want to understand what every single one of these 8 commandments are. Because if you skip even one and you give this information to your loved one, it could put their lives in danger. Or at very least, their booty, their anal cavity could be harvested. Do you want to be the reason why your brother, your cousin, your loved one, their booty gets harvested? Because it will be your fault if they do not follow all 8 commandments. So you have to watch this video till the very end. You can save a life. You can save a booty. All right, so let's start with the first commandment of the top 8 commandments to follow in order to survive any prison in America. While you're at it, go ahead and like this video, share this video. Also, subscribe to this channel. My analytics show me that only about 18% of my viewers are actually subscribed to the channel. It takes 1 to 2 seconds. It won't cost you any money. But if you feeling the content and you want to show me some love, you know what I'm saying? Send a little super thanks. You can cash at me at JPeterson91, just a little dollar or something, just so I can have enough money to pay to cut my baldy. That's it. Number 1, don't join any gangs. Bloods, Crips, GDs, BDs, Black P-Stones, which I think they might still be blood, Latin Kings, Patias/Trinitarios, Nietas, Norteños, Sureños. Do not join the gang. Now, if you're already in the gang, then you got to follow a whole nother set of codes, a whole nother set of laws, and guess what? You're going to have a very stressful time in prison. The gang leaders at the very top, they're not going to say it, but they're booty bandits. So you might find yourself at one point exchanging your booty for safety. Now, who wants to exchange their booty for safety? Women have to do that. Do you want to do that? I'm pretty sure these women are not having a good time. And therefore, you will become a woman in prison. Do you want to be a woman in prison? You will be extorted. You'll have to do things like pay tithes and do things you don't want to do. Like, for instance, someone who's of higher authority over you in the gang will say, hey, listen, I don't like this person, that person, that person for a reason that has nothing to do with you. And then they'll tell you as an underling, hey, listen, I want you to stab that person. I want you to take that person's life. I want you to slash that person in the face. And you can feel like it makes absolutely no sense. And you can say, hey, listen, I don't want to do this. And you know what the result of that will be, right? You will then become a target or a plate, if you will. And now at any random point, someone else who's willing to take that job will have 2 jobs now. Take care of the person who you refuse to take care of, and then take care of you. And that could end in you being stabbed or your face cut or any other multitude of violent acts. Let's get to the second commandment. Despise the free lunch. Those of us who have read or listened to the audiobook of the 48 Laws of Power, there's a law called despise the free lunch. Despising the free lunch means don't dare accept anything free from anyone, especially if you don't know them. But still, just to be safe, because you're in prison and you're around a bunch of criminals who do not deserve to be trusted. Despise the free lunch. Don't accept anything free, okay? I've had an OG of mine from Cortland by the name of Iron Sheik, who tells a story on my channel about how he was green behind the ears. Or wait, it's wet behind the ears. And he ended up in prison. And one day, being that he was hungry, someone noticed that, and he randomly seen some snacks on his bed. The person who left snacks on his bed ended up being a Muslim man who likes to take the booties of other men. And he had to get out of that situation by being, I guess, assisted by another person who did not want him to be victimized. If you accept free anything from anyone, you're going to have to owe them back with interest. It's just like dealing with the bank. And if you can't pay, you're gonna have to get laid. Third commandment, do not gamble. Do not gamble because it could cost you your life. It could cause you to be seriously physically injured and harmed. And also, it could cost you your booty to be harvested. Many, many times in prison, you have someone who gambles. They gamble away what they have. When they owe people, they go to people who they don't owe. They borrow from them to pay off the debts that they had to other people. You will not be able to pay off everyone who you know. It's best to control your gambling urge. Otherwise, you may run into somebody of high authority in prison who you owe, probably going to be a high-ranking gang member. Listen, they're all bi. They're all bi. I'm just letting y'all know this right now. And he'll say, hey, listen, you owe me $1,000 worth of cigarettes, commissary, any of these things, right? How about this? Give me some head. Give me some head for the next 3 months, every single night, and your debt is paid. A desperate person who's not willing to become violent and get moved out of whatever cell house they're in, whatever prison they're in, they're gonna say, not gonna tell nobody? Okay, I'll suck it. This is what they do. Or they'll be like, hey, listen, let me put it in your booty. Let me harvest your butt cheeks, and then you don't owe me no more. Some dudes will turn around and say, hey, you know what? Take it. Just so they won't owe nobody no more. And you could have left prison and kept your manhood if you just controlled your gambling. The fourth commandment you must follow in order to survive any prison in America, no matter where they send you. Do not steal. Thieves are the second most hated individuals in prison. The other most hated person in prison, I'm going to name later in these commandments. But a thief is someone who you cannot trust, clearly, because they're thieves. And this is how these commandments are all connected in a way, because if you don't despise the free lunch and you owe somebody, you could end up stealing. If you gamble and you end up owing somebody, you could end up stealing. See how it's all connected, like Voltron, right? If you're someone who gets exposed for stealing, not only will you get all of your stuff taken away from you, but people will really seriously hurt you. This is the quickest way to get a 9-inch gash on your face. This is the quickest way to get an ice pick through your chest, through your stomach. This is the quickest way to get bones broken, your jaw broke, your nose busted, your eye closed, by stealing. Move around prison with honor and integrity at all times. Now, moving on to number 5. Don't offend the wrong person, including police, especially police. Anyone in prison knows this. You get the wrong officer mad, you could end up missing, and they would just tell your mother or your loved ones that you were transferred to another prison and the paperwork got lost, and they're not sure what's going on. When I was in prison, I remember hearing stories about, people being buried behind the prison in the dirt, and there's never been any investigations. People just tell your mother anything. Especially if they're doing a long prison bid and they've already been used to moving around all the time. It's very easy to get lost in the shovel all the time, like all the time. You offend the wrong officer, you could really end up in the ground and your mother will not know that your life was taken away from you. You will be faced with a series of unfortunate events. So I would say, skip the Tuck Act, leave people alone. If somebody comes at you with hostility, then you deal with it that way. But moving on to the 6th commandment. Don't get locked up for grape. Remove the G, you know what word I'm talking about, or bad things against women or children. You know what I'm talking about. I can't say certain words because of YouTube and they won't allow me to monetize, but you know what I'm talking about. Those no charges. Don't get locked up for that. This is the quickest way to get your booty extorted. They run your paperwork, they find out what you're locked up for. You will be bullied and harassed and hazed everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. You're liable to wake up and people set your feet on fire, which is another story that I've seen and witnessed myself. You could go ahead and check the Rikers Island playlist if you want. It's there. You could get set up. You could get jumped in the shower, choked out, booty taken. You could be forced to pay taxes in order to remain safe. You could be forced to join a gang in order to remain safe. But the people who put you down with the gang, they're just gonna extort you out of your money, time, and booty because they still don't respect you. But they have a right to say, hey, this Vic is ours, and none of you other people are allowed to touch it. This is what bestows upon you when you choose to do heinous crimes against women and children. Number 7 of the top 8 commandments to follow that guarantees you will survive any prison in America. Don't let any disrespect slide. Get your weapon just in case. And when I say get your weapon just in case, I mean get your weapon just in case. And don't tell anyone your business. It's always good to live by the element of surprise when it comes to any future battles with anyone. The element of surprise. Go in as the underdog. People are too cocky. They will never see it coming. Don't let anything slide. Nothing. Otherwise, you will be fooled. People will analyze you because of it. Do not let anything slide. If someone offends you, you have to address it, even if it's just verbally. And if it has to go beyond verbal, and you got to introduce your fist to somebody's mouth, I suggest you do that. And if it has to escalate, you got to be willing to bomb first. So you do want to choose your battles wisely, but you want to take care of the situations that need to be taken care of the most. And now, number 8 of the top 8 commandments to follow to survive any prison in America. Guaranteed, mind your motherfucking business. Mind your damn business. And you want to know how you get to mind your business? By not joining any gangs. By despising the free lunch, by not gambling, by not stealing, by not offending the wrong people. You get to mind your business. It takes you to mind your own business to not offend the wrong people. You see how all of this leads up? This is why I say you got to follow all the way to the end. Mind your business. If you hear people talking about something, don't go and tell someone else what you heard, even if you feel like they ain't got nothing to do with the situation. Don't do that. Mind your business. If you're going in maybe the day room or something, and it looks like the gang members are having some kind of get-together, powwow, if you will, they're discussing criminal plans and thoughts and things they're gonna do. If you see they're congregating like that, you don't want to be the only person who's not like them that's around. Because if they notice you and they think you might have heard something or seen something you're not supposed to see, you're going to be on their radar. Mind your business. Anything that's going on and ain't got nothing to do with you, don't speak on it to another person. You become a snitch or a dry snitch. And with that being said, watch these videos if you like this content. These were the top 8 commandments to follow to survive any prison in America. Guaranteed.